Top 10 dollar bin finds in my PC. Let's check them out. What's going on? 22 here, and this is a challenge from Trev the Shipping Guru, wanting us to show off our top 10 dollar bin finds. I don't have your typical dollar bins around me anymore, but I do have some awesome books with, I think, really decent value that I got for really low prices. So let's check those books out. Let's start off with something that I think is going to be a surprise to some people, but it's this Amazing Spider-Man number 529. Now, this is the first appearance of the Iron Spider suit. What's so cool about this is that it's a newsstand edition as well. And I picked this up for like $2 at a Second & Charles. There's actually several books from that pick in this video today. So, awesome book. I'm collecting the Civil War storyline in floppy form, and that's why I got this in there. I would also grade this book to be around a 9.2, so not a 9.8, at least in the condition that's in right now, but still a pretty high grade book. Coming in at number 2 is this Batman number 2. This is the first appearance of Talon in Batman in comic books. I got this graded at about a 9.6. I found this at the same time I found that previous Amazing Spider-Man book. So another $2 grab. Here's one. This was kind of like part of a bundle buy that wound up making a bunch of books in the bundle like less than $1 to buy. So this is one. I got several copies of this book when I did this bundle buy, and it was at Second & Charles as well. This is Star Wars Kanan the Last Padawan number 1. First appearance of Kanan Jarrus. I also believe this to be the first Sabine Wren, Ezra Bridger, Harrison Dole, Chopper, and Zeb, but that's to be debated. Go check out my cameo versus first appearance that I did on all those characters. This is a Fried Pie variant of that book as well. I grade this issue, this copy right here that I'm holding in my hand, is about a 9.0, but I've already gotten 2 back after pressing and whatnot in 9.8. Coming in at number 4, this Spawn number 1. Now this isn't your normal Spawn book that comes up. It's a number 1. This one is actually an error print. If you look on the inside cover, you'll see the logo, the Spawn logo, is all splotchy and whatnot like that. That's what was so special about this, and there's actually 2 copies in that section when I bought, so I picked up both. Both of them are error prints, $2 a piece. Again, part of that whole pick that I had that day where I found a bunch of nice books for $2 and less. I grade this copy of Spawn in its current state to be around an 8.0. So most all these books need to be pressed. I've not pressed any of them. This one I found at a con, and it is Teen Titans number 12, and this is the first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. This is the B cover of this. Super glad that I found this. I think I found it as either $1 or $2. I can't remember, but it was at a con, and I just happened. I knew what the title looked like, and I knew what the number was, and so I just happened to luck up on this. So awesome book to have, though. I grade this one at a 9.2 in its current state. There we go. This one's something really cool, and I was hoping I found something even better than what it actually was, but I'm still super excited to have this. This is Batman The Dark Knight Returns number 1. Now, this is the 3rd printing of this book, but I did find it for $2, and it even still has the price tag on the back from where I bought it from Second & Charles that day. Still an awesome find. I do want a first print issue of this, but for now this will be a nice placeholder. It's in pretty decent shape as well. I grade this to be at around a 9.085, somewhere in that area. Here's one of my older dollar bin find books. Super excited that I picked this up when I did, because nobody cared about this book at that time, especially Second & Charles, because I'm pretty positive I picked this up for $1. This is Thundercats number 1. Really good shape as well. I grade this one to be at around an 8.590 for $1. I think that's pretty good shape. Like I said, it's just the current state. These books all need pressing, and maybe some cleaning up and stuff like that, but awesome book. First appearance of the Thundercats in comic books. Coming in at number 8, the last 3 books I think may take people by surprise. Maybe not the very last one, but at least these 2 right here I think would take people by surprise. This is Spider-Man Noir number 1. Pick this one up for $1 over at Second and Charles. I just happened to enjoy the Noir series. I was interested in it, wanted to check it out, and I found this issue in one of the back bins over there, and I grade this one at about a 9.0. I don't know that it can be pressed, and at least I don't know how well it can be pressed, because it kind of seems like it's a cardstock cover, but still a very nice copy, very presentable, and for the price, can't beat it. This was part of an older comic book bundle that I found on eBay one day, and this book was the main reason why I was wanting to grab it and pick it up. This is Superman number 123. This is the second prototype of Supergirl in comic books, so I thought that was really cool, especially with the Flash coming out and stuff like that. This may be a really good book. Turns out the cover is in horrendous shape, especially over here on the spine, as you can see, and it was also missing one page that did affect the story. I have since then bought another copy and have married it to this one right here, at least married that spread page out to this issue right here. And so yeah, now it's a complete copy, but the original that I did find and pick up that was missing one page, after you totaled up the amount that I spent on the lot and then divided up amongst the books, it was less than $1 for me to pick it up. This one right here is probably my biggest find ever. This to me is one of those, you find a Grail book at a yard sale for a ridiculously stupid price, and I just, this is the one that I pretty much hang my hat up on to say, I found this one, and this is the one that I'll usually talk about. And yeah, Ultimate Fallout 4. This is a first printing. This is no facsimile, because the facsimile wasn't even out and about then. So yeah, found this one and did not even have an idea of what I was picking up when I picked it up. In fact, I didn't even know much about Miles. I didn't know this was his first appearance or anything of that matter. Was just trying to collect the Death of Spider-Man from the Ultimate Universe, that storyline, and I was going to go ahead and get the Ultimate Fallout storyline as well, and found this in the back bin somewhere. It is not perfect, don't get me wrong, but I would say this is around a 7.0, give or take a grade or two. And yeah, I just, for $2, can't beat that. Can't beat that. There you have it. Those are my top dollar bin finds. Trev the Shipping Guru, thank you so much for throwing this challenge out there and tagging me in it. I greatly appreciate it. If you out there had enjoyed dollar bins as much as me and Trev do, please join in on this tag. You can use me and say that I tagged you. I am more than happy about that. Make sure you tag Trev in the video. A link to Trev's information will be down below in the description, along with the video where he showed off his top $10 bin finds. So go check that video out. Thank y'all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. You can find me on a podcast every Monday called Comically Comics Podcast. New episodes drop wherever you listen to podcasts: Google, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, all the places. Comically Comics Podcast. You can also find me on Instagram and eBay at 22_comics. Once again, thank y'all so much for watching, and as always, y'all have a good one.